Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
Chris Olave talked to the media after day 2 of minicamp, and it's really kind of the first time he's done so after being cleared, getting back on the practice field, and been able to address the concussions. The first thing they asked him was, did he have to kind of get back into shape after the concussions? What was he kind of able to do while he was recovering and going through those many opinions from doctors?
I was running in December, or whenever I got cleared. I was still running and working out and doing everything, but I just wasn't be able to play. So I was in shape and ready to play if I was willing to go out there. But like I said, I was ready.
That's good. That, I mean, look, you could just stay in shape. He was ready. He was fine. So it wasn't much of a ramp up period for him coming back. They also asked him kind of, okay, well then you were still working out. You were still running. What was the recovery process like for Chris Olave?
It was tough, man. At first, I ain't never really sat out that long or been able to not play football. So that was really my first major injury. And sitting out 8 or 9 games was tough for me. Just not being able to go to practice or go to meetings with my guys was the worst part. But like I said, I feel like I'm ready. I was training and lifting and everything in December, so I feel like I'm good.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, before 2024, Chris Olave was actually incredibly durable. He played 15 games in 2022 and 16 in 2023, just 8, obviously, a year ago after the repeated concussion injuries. And you'll remember, man, there was conversation about, is this going to be the end of his career?
Like, there was really no
this is going to be the end of his career. Is he going to be able to ever suit up, not just for the Saints, but in the NFL again? And they asked Chris Olave on Wednesday if he ever allowed that thought to enter his mind that this would be kind of the end of his football time.
It was really no concern. I was just trying to make sure I'm good long term. Never really dealt with concussions like this, especially having so many over the years. Just trying to make sure I got the right insight and try to make sure I'm good long term. I never had a concern though.
2 things. That's both refreshing to hear, but also kind of wild to hear as well, man. Like, you've never had this, experience with concussions before. You've never had this issue with multiple concussions in a season, and you're not concerned that, it's fine. We'll be good. I just want to make sure I'm set up, long term, but I'm going to get back out there on that football field as quickly as I can. That for one, it's the mindset of the athlete, and they think totally different than normal human beings. I mean, look at Tua. He's the guy who really should have concern for his health and well-being with concussions, and he can't wait to get back on the field. And he's also like, take your guardian cap and shove it. Meanwhile, his running back standing right next to him wearing one, which just makes for a hilarious picture. But to hear Chris Olave say he had no concern about his football career, it did kind of shock me. Because remember, it was a specialist here, a specialist in California, a specialist there, the New Orleans team doctors. It was an exhaustive process that Chris Olave went through after that final concussion, after his 8th game of the season, to see where he stood. And I totally understand what he's saying as well is set up for the future and his well-being, and that's 100% the correct approach. Hey, man, you've got life after football, and you have to make sure that what you went through isn't going to jeopardize that, and getting back on the field won't jeopardize that. So I think when he says there was no concern, he means as long as he was good, like as long as they said, okay, you're fine after these 3 or 4 concussions, however many it was, and oh, by the way, if you go back out and play and you get another one, you're still kind of there, you're still fine, then yeah, there's a no-brainer for him. Get back out there and go, because he's a competitor, he's an athlete. And he wants to win, and he wants to do the best for his team. But that's just hard to believe that there was never any concern. because you went through that process for a reason, to make sure you were okay for your future. If Chris Olave wasn't okay for his future, he wasn't going to get back on the field. No concern is wild. Like, that's wild. But he says no concern. So, okay. The obvious next question is, man, you've seen him have 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons when he's played the full length. So there's no concern. You're back out there. You're healthy. You're going through it. You love it. Where's your untapped potential? What's left for you, Chris Olave, that we haven't seen?
I was just talking to my coach about that, just trying to get more involved on the deep balls. Like I said, I came into the league as a deep threat, but we got one of the best deep threats in the league in Shees. So I'm just trying to get more involved, get some more deep ball targets, and try to play with that.
Man, that'd be great. I mean, just more deep. You've 2 great deep threats like that if you have Olave, and he mentioned Shaheed. So, I mean, look, you love that. For what it's worth, the longest reception in his career so far is 53 yards, and each of his seasons when he played full seasons, he had a reception over 51 yards. So I get what he says, improve the deep threat, because, again, the yards per reception, it's never gotten to 15 yards. So, I mean, you haven't thrown it to him that much down the field, but, man, I'm here for that if you can get that in. I mean, because he's, as I said, he's been phenomenal. 1,100 yards already, 1,000 yards already twice in his career, 1,100 once. It's great to hear that he's healthy, though, and that he's ready to go full board. And look, Kellen Moore has talked plenty about what he's seen from Chris Olave and that he's fine. So all indications, now hearing it from the horse's mouth, he's good to go, and that's great. The other 2 things, just kind of to punctuate this here, he did mention a thought on the young quarterbacks so far and what he's seen from them.
They're great, man. The young QBs are good. I don't think they gonna come in and have hiccups. I feel like they got a good head on their shoulders. They got good IQ. They're ready to play NFL ball. So I'm excited whoever get that starting job. They're both really good. I'm excited whoever gets that, and we're gonna be ready for that.
It continues to be the thing we will look at most throughout the offseason. Did it through minicamp. We'll obviously do it through training camp and the preseason games. But so far, I mean, you've heard nothing but good things. But what do you kind of expect? The teammates aren't going to run each other down, right? And Kellen Moore's obviously going to say all the positive things, but it's good for that reinforcement to just keep coming. And then lastly, there have been some trade rumors about Chris Olave, and well, he kind of put those to bed.
Man, it's all rumors, man. You see in the NBA, some of the top players being trade rumors, everybody being trade rumors in the offseason, everybody trying to have something for clicks. So I love it here, man. I love the front office. I love my coaches. I'm excited to be here, and I want to be here forever. So this is where I want to be.
Can't say it any more clear than that at the very end. I want to be here forever. This is where I want to be. So Chris Olave, if he has it his way, he'll be a New Orleans Saint for life. Again, from the horse's mouth. Here's to a great and healthy 2025 for Chris Olave. You know the Saints offense is going to need that because, look, you said this when I was filling in for Matt about a month ago. The one thing we know is whoever gets that starting nod, they're going to have the full complement of the Saints offense behind them from day one. And that's something you didn't get to see from Spencer Rattler at all really in 2025. Chris Olave is a huge part of that. And if this team is going to have any measure of success this season, he will be a huge part of that. So glad to hear that he's healthy. You wish him a healthy 2025 and obviously rest of his career. And as he says, he hopes it's in New Orleans.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.